Welcome to Channel AMEC, your insight to the Australian visa system. Good day everyone, my name is Carl Young, your online YouTube visa consultant. Are you interested about migrating to Australia? Why don't you consider to subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell on the side, so once you have all the updates and news, you'll be the first one getting all the insight. Alright, so the student visa again. Well, more news coming out because as I have expected and predicted, the admission of a university, well, we'll see one today, but I can tell you all the education institutions in Australia is restricting and putting on a more strict policies on their international student admissions. So let's just have a look at one of the news came out from Koala News, and that came out from the day before, just very recent, and I believe because the disclosed information is only for particular nationalities and also from a particular university, but from what we have already foreseen elsewhere, it's just massively everywhere. All the institution is tightening up their admission policies. Now, as you read, it says uni further tightens admissions setting to reduce visa risk. Now, obviously, we have from the previous video, we have seen there are 11 university has been downgraded. We included more than hundreds of colleges has been downgraded and one has been suspended. Now, obviously, this has been massively distributed, information distributed all across the nation. So in the international education sector, everybody is fear to be what? Downgraded and also potentially be suspended, because you don't want to end up there, because once you end up there, international students, the enrollment and admissions and rejection rate goes way up, and then obviously you lose a lot of money. We already seen the Federation University, they are looking to lay off 200 staffs just because they have their revenue has dropped almost 50%. So what we believe that all across Australia, all the universities and colleges will have their revenue drop dramatically. Some may 30%, some may 50%, some may more than 100%. So this phenomenon is going nationally, all in Australia, and now we see this news came out from 9th of April, where the CQ University, that's the Central Queensland University, they had the main campus is at Rockhampton. Now this is only a level 2 university, but as you can see, the memo here is actually issuing, and this is only issued 3 days ago, to education agent partners. Well, obviously they did not disclose who to, but this memo is solely focusing on the Nepalese and Indian nationals, where there's no more offer will be issued if there is a packaged offers or package course. Not anymore, and there's more restriction on the age for research students and so on and so forth. They even say students who were using PTE to meet English requirement following settings at a time, no offer if they use PTE. Well, what does that mean? So I'm not too sure. If you take PTE and the university won't take it, they probably will raise the bar. Everything will be raised up and more restriction is coming up. Now, all we can see, this is the only, I believe this is the first of many. And there are going to be a lot more coming for this month of April. So I don't know if it's going to be a happy Easter that we have just been through now. All of a sudden, everything, all the burden has come up. And that's exactly what I have. I also predicted in probably 2 weeks ago. There will be a lot of, numbers of education agencies going busted because all of the application or majority of applications sending forward for admission for particular university or particular colleges may not even get through. That means they don't have revenue. There's no money, and a lot of education agents will phase out. I don't want to say die. I don't want to say bankrupt. They will phase out. They probably will just shut down the division and find something else to do. So that's what's happening out there. And how would that actually affect the future of skill migration is nothing a lot of people continue to ask for. Now, if they restrict the international student coming abroad to study in Australia, I foresee what's coming up will go back to where probably 10, 20 years ago, no, not probably, 10, 15, 20 years ago, where you can see majority of international graduates, they will have pathway to become permanent resident, because back then there is not as many international students as what we have now. We see on the news there are about 700,000 of them. Now back then there was only a few. Now not few, a couple thousand or 10, 20,000. But for those kind of loadings, and matching with the skill migration policies, most of international graduates would have opportunity to actually migrate and become skill migrants or permanent resident of Australia, which is a better way of offering a pathway to study and then stay, work, and migrate. Compared to what we have now, there are too many colleges out there, and the university has abundantly sending out offers and admissions to a lot of people. Now, what happened over the past 10 years is that we had accrued up to about 700,000 international students. Of course, Australia is not going to absorb all these 700,000 students. And that is why you have seen a lot of people having a high EOI points, but there is no invitation issue as of yet. And that's the problem. So I think this is the first step. It's hurting, it's painful, but I think for a medium and long term, for the skill migration and international education for Australia, it's actually a good thing. Anyway, should you have more question, query, more than welcome to leave a comment right down below. And I'll see you next video. Goodbye.